place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, with Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines. Looking at that last game for the Los Angeles Clippers, it was a win against the Indiana Pacers. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
And I thought, guys, they were the beneficiary of what was some lackluster defense being played against them.
I agree with you. I mean, it was really shocking how many free runs to the hoop they got.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Blake Griffin down low, DeAndre Jordan. Chris Paul is out there with Miller. And it's Johnson in at the three. Miller with a wide open look. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Miller's got his first bucket of the night.
Well, Chris Paul breaking Magic Johnson's record last season with 13 double-doubles to start the season. That's points and assists we're talking about. Anytime you're mentioned in the same breath as a Hall of Famer, that's a pretty good thing.
On defense, the Nuggets. A tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
And you don't need to dig too deep into the box score to figure out why they lost the game. I mean, their shooting percentage was abysmal.
You know, sometimes we talk about the defense getting into the heads of the opposing players, but it seemed that night they got in their own heads, couldn't get out of their own way as they lost confidence at the offensive end.
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. The 10-footer, and he gets it to go. Paul's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to put an extra body on him, get some help when he barrels his way in close. He's such a good finisher. He needs more than one guy to defend him.
For the three, Chandler. Griffin grabs the board.
You know, he's capable of making that shot, but I'd really like to see him take it to the hoop there.
You know, for a player whose star shines as brightly as Blake Griffin, Steve, it seems there are a lot of naysayers regarding his game, although I think you and I would agree he expanded his game, certainly this past year.
Well, I can tell you this. I am not one of those naysayers because I think Blake Griffin was the third best player in the NBA last year. The offensive expansion to his game, the post-game and passing, the ball handling in transition. I mean, he is an amazing player, and he's gotten better and better every year.
Here's Nurkic, averaging 6 points per contest. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Foy. Miller grabs the miss. The Clippers in the lead. Fires the three. Here's Jordan. Outside for Griffin. It's tipped. Stolen by Fareed. Here's Foy. Now that's how to finish the play.
That almost feels like too much coming off the steal like it did.
And especially the fact that it ties the game. So the lead was about to be stretched out, and instead we're right back to even.
And you know, hey, anytime a player starts to get a lot of endorsements and TV spots, he puts them under the magnifying glass. You become a target. Other players see Blake Griffin on that pedestal, and they're not going to hesitate sometimes to try to take him down the peg.
And Lawson, here we go. And he gets it to go.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
And for Griffin, an all-star for his rookie season, the spotlight came early, but it hasn't taken away from his competitive drive. And I think the criticism he's faced, fair or not, will only spur him to greater heights.
Here's Lawson, following the basket by Blake Griffin. Lawson outside, down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Foy with the three. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Miller with a wide open look. Misses the three.
Poor shooting from him this quarter. His shooting percentage nowhere near where he'd like it to be.
Over in the corner, Foy. Lawson's against Miller. Outside Lawson. And another miss by Denver. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. There's Miller with the three.
And it seems like nothing is falling for him this quarter. He's really out of his rhythm.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Denver's head coach had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the difficulties of facing a player like Chris Paul, and he said that what makes Paul so incredible is his court vision. He explained that there haven't been many players like Paul who can pick a defense apart with both his passing passing ability and his patience in the offensive sets, saying really, he can just wait you out until he sees a weakness, and that's where he attacks.
Thank you, Doris. The Nuggets making a switch here. Hickson's checked in, and Los Angeles making a change here as well. Crawford's checked in.
Clippers got a lot of road wins last year. Really was due to how explosive they could be coming out of the half.
LA's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Griffin with it. Now guarded by Fareed. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. Opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at you.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Terrell Arthur, he's checked in for Reed. Alinari comes in for Wilson Chandler. Will Barton, he's checked in for Andy Ford. And Nelson is subbed in for Ty Lawson. Here's Barton. Nelson, the pass to Gallinari. Back to Nelson. And it's blocked. Pierce kicks to Griffin. Uncovered and off the glass. That one's good. Griffin's got 9 points. And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, you know, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up with other players.
Here's Nelson following the basket by Lance Stevenson. Arthur, no good.
Tough D on the inside.
Put up a roadblock, a construction barrel right there. That's what he brings defensively.
The shot's good from Griffin.
The more touches he gets, the more this lead will grow. He has just been unconscious this quarter.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Let's pause for just a moment to see the teams that have been extremely effective with their three-point shooting this past month. The Clippers, #1.
Seems like their whole team is in a great rhythm from the three-point line right now. They put on a display from long range.
Now, here's Hickson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. The offensive rebound. He gives them a double-digit lead. And the Clippers lead by 10.
They haven't been able to stifle them defensively here.
No, their offense continues to click.
Paul with the steal. And he's going up for the alley-oop. 55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And there's the pass to Hickson. Cannons the shot with nobody near him. Los Angeles leading by 8. Crawford, no one around him. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
They've made one basket after another since getting this game started, and you wonder, is the blowout in store?
Too early to say that and go there, Steve, but it has been pretty ugly so far.
And it's Gallinari missing.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the boards for them.
Yep, +5 in rebounds. That didn't take long.
That's good.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Nelson kicks to Gallinari. Back to Nelson. He feeds it to Barton. Floats one up. With 1 on the clock. Davis with the block. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead.
Spend your Christmas day with the NBA. Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder go up against Tim Duncan.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And quite a position here for the Clippers to be in. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, a good start for this club. I like the way they played together, really moved the ball and did a nice job offensively.
Yeah, excellent ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard, too.
Setting the floor for the Clippers. CP3 and Jamal Crawford make the back. And Stevenson is out there with Smith. And it's Davis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Crawford's shot is good.
Defensively, they're really scattered right now, giving up so many open looks from the three-point line.
Yeah, they are splashing them. Their last 3 buckets have all come from behind the arc.
Lawson drives in, and it's Chandler top of the key. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Wilson Chandler, a versatile forward, Steve, in his 7th season out of the ball.
I like him, Kevin. I mean, he's strong enough to play inside, quick enough to guard on the perimeter, and then he's got that three-point range on his shot. So, very versatile player.
Cole Aldrich is checked in for the Clippers.
That's now a dozen straight points coming off wide-open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually defense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
Clippers leading by 14. And it's Paul penetrating. Can't hit. And Denver the other way now. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and this is the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
It's stolen by Lawson. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That is his first foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for the Nuggets. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
He has to be concerned with all the missed shots. I mean, it happens to every team, but you have to find a way to keep being productive even when you go through a shooting drought.
He might be trying to tell them to get to the free throw line. You know, all teams go cold at points during the game, but the good teams still find ways to score.
A lot of familiarity with these two teams. Steve just kind of touched on. Clark, do you think it really does impact the rest of their matchups later in the season?
Absolutely, Kevin. It sure does. I mean, because for the winners today, they now know what game plan brought them success. So they've got a blueprint for the next meeting. For the losers, it's back to the drawing board for adjustments.
Tries from 10. Franklin can't hit.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game. And their interior defense getting exposed once again. How many open looks at the rim are they going to allow?
Screen by Fareed. Franklin dishes to Fareed. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Stevenson's got his 4th rebound in this one. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And another 3 for the Clippers.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And it's killing them. That's 4 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been three-pointers.
Franklin kicks to Fareed. No luck. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, Jamal Crawford fitting right in with the Los Angeles Clippers. He said, quote, "This is the best team I've ever been on, and it's made me a better player. I've never played with someone like Chris Paul. He makes the game easy for me. I went my first 10 years in the league without making the playoffs, so that's all I want to do now." Kevin, over to you.
In his instant offensive role, he's a big part of their success. Thanks, Doris. Here's Franklin, guarded by Crawford. And Lawson, here we go, tries to save it, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. Denver making a switch here. Foy's checked in. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Jordan, he's checked in for Aldrich. Griffin comes in for Josh Smith. Johnson, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And Miller's subbed in for Chris Paul.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
Yeah, they have the defense on the run right now because every pass seems to have a purpose. They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
That free throw good from Miller.
You know, it had been a decade-long run for the Nuggets, but last year it ended as they missed the playoffs for the first time since 2003.
Denver calls timeout.
He just is not happy with how his team is executing. And they've been on the wrong side of this run. It's time for a momentum shift.
You know, sometimes just getting off the court, taking a break, and coming back out fresher can give you a chance to pull together.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Crawford against Lawson. Shoots from 14 and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Ty Lawson somewhat undersized at the point guard position at 5'11".